Representative Simon, Democrat from California, loses her mind after she screams, "Keep Dr. King out of your mouth," at witnesses during Oversight Committee hearing on DEI programs. Okay, I'm not sure what to make of that. We're just gonna have to watch and see. Like, it sounds bad, but maybe with context, it's not.
I'm a great granddaughter of someone who had a literal yoke on her neck. A literal yoke. And I will give the 4.5 minutes of my time to my people from...
I just gotta say, hold on. I mean, we're off to a bad start already. It didn't happen to you. It happened to someone else. I don't like it when someone takes something that didn't happen to them and then they act as if they are like, they're directly affected by it. And that didn't happen to you. I'm sorry that happened to her grandma. Yeah, it was a different time. It was a terrible, terrible racist time. Yeah. But it's not a terrible racist time now. You're literally like in this position that you're in politics. You're a shining example that these things don't exist anymore. Look at she's in this position right now.
Malvern, Arkansas, from those fields. And I want to be clear that 4 out of the 5 of you last year posted on your social media the words of Dr. King. And there are so few folks who actually have studied, who are clear on the theology of freedom of King. Very few of you have read and studied and have sat in Ebenezer Baptist Church. So I would ask you, you keep Dr. King's name out of your mouth. If
she practiced this, I could tell by the cadence, right? So she was building up. So she knew that she was going to say this and she practiced it beforehand. That's why there was such a huge energy shift from the buildup to the keep Dr. King's name out of your mouth. Bro, this isn't the Oscars. I'm not sure exactly what she's referring to. Like, if these people said, if these people said horrible things about Martin Luther King on Facebook, then, you know, I can understand her being upset, but I don't think that's the case here. I think that there's an argument against DEI, and how that's actually racist. And she is, fighting for DEI, and, the people I'm just guessing here. I'm probably right, but I could be wrong. I'm assuming that her political opponents are using, or people that she's yelling at are talking about how Martin Luther King wouldn't agree with DEI because it's racist. It doesn't include everybody. It's only for people of color and or minority people, right? That's DEI is designed to amplify minorities, but when you put it into practice, and it ends up actually being a racist ideology, in my opinion. The person that's best for the job should get the job. It should be merit-based system. I'm all about it, bro. I don't care. All I care about is if you're good. That's all I care about. I'm a righty. I've employed a trans person before as an editor and someone who helped me put these shows together, and you would never know. You would never know because they helped me put together all these righty everything. I hired her because she's good as dude. She's the head of Drama Alert. I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but I hired the head of Drama Alert. And Drama Alert is always accused of being transphobic and stuff, and literally the person running it is trans. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't give a fuck. All I care about is how good you are. I hired a trans person because I wanted skills. That's what I needed them. I'm trying to do some shit here, dude. I wish I could still work with that person. Excellent. It wasn't working out, unfortunately, but we're both doing really well. So I guess it all worked out in the end.
If you, like me and the many scholars who will be watching, studied King, you know that he and the mothers and the fathers of the civil rights movement and of the movement for emancipation not only would be struck by the conversations in this room, but would be shattered by the consequence of lies, of hatred, of abuse of this administration in the name of folks who worked to make this country more free. Children of Abraham, for real.
Truth Seeker says, still exists, but you can't punish us for something my ancestors did. I fought, bled, and watched men die by my side of every race in Fallujah. People like to perpetuate hate to be relevant. Facts. Straight up facts. True.